Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of The Money Man, and today I've got something really interesting because what we have in this video is a crossover between two huge passions of mine. First one obviously is currency, the second one is actually ancient history. And when I say ancient history, I'm talking about the history of mankind, of civilization. I'm really interested in that topic. And today I've got a banknote that blends those two topics together seamlessly. And I think this is a really interesting one. So if you've noticed the flag at the bottom, or the writing at the bottom of the screen, you can see that this note is a new note that is being released by the Central Bank of Mauritania. And here it is. So what we've got here is the 20 Ouguiya note, and I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, I really apologise. Now, the obverse is not really what I want to focus on today, so I'll let you have a quick look at this. It's a really beautiful banknote, and it complements the current series that is out at the moment, which is absolutely fantastic. But it's what's on the reverse, which is really interesting to me. So what I want to do is flip it over and have a look at the other side. Now, here you can see this note is very special. And the reason why it's special is because of the geological feature that is on the back of this note. Now, bear with me, you're probably thinking, well, what's so important about a spiral-shaped rock? Well, it's more than just a rock. This thing is called the Eye of Mauritania, but it's also got another name. It's called the Richat structure. Now, bear that in mind. And also bear in mind the colour scheme, because the colour scheme is really important as well. And you'll see why really soon. So what I want you to do is just keep an eye on that spiral-shaped geological feature on the left side of the note, because that's what I'm going to focus on in this video. So first, I need to take you over to Google Earth and show you an image of northwestern Africa, and you can see the country of Mauritania, and most of it is just barren desert, of course. But what we've got on the reverse of this 20 Ouguiya note is this wonderful geological structure. Now you might be thinking, why am I getting so excited about rocks? Well, there are people out there that believe that this special geological feature is the site of the lost city of Atlantis. Now, if you're into this kind of stuff, you might know where I'm going with this already. This structure matches Plato's description of Atlantis in so many ways. It's hard for anybody to say that it's just a coincidence. Now, you might be thinking, well, you know, Atlantis was supposed to be a seafaring nation and this is in the middle of the desert. I will leave that to somebody else. At the end of the video, I will tell you exactly where you need to go to find out all the great information about this fantastic geological structure, because its life, and I mean its ancient life, is compelling, fascinating, and I think it's a really strong case for the lost city of Atlantis. So bear with me. Don't click off that video. I'm not a Fruit Loop. I'm not losing it. Stick with me. So let's zoom in. Now you can see here, this is this wonderful Eye of Mauritania, as it's called, the Richat structure. And you can see it just stands out because it just looks so weird. Now you might have noticed that it's actually got a mountain range just above it. This area of the mountains is known as the Atlas Mountains, and interestingly enough, Atlas was the name of the first king of Atlantis, so that's kind of strange. And also Plato's accounts talks of a mountain range being found to the north, and you can actually see the dead riverbeds that have flowed from the mountain in the past. And interestingly, you've got a lot of white patches, and they are actually salt flats. And of course, where does salt come from? Well, of course, it comes from the sea. Now, we find it in deserts, of course, because they are usually ancient seabeds, and that's why we have collections, massive deposits of salt in deserts. It's usually because they've been deposited as the seas have moved and been washed away, or moved away over time because of climatic change, natural disaster, whatever, and you get these huge salt deposits. However, I'm going way too deep into the detail. I will leave the rest of the information to the expert, a guy called Jimmy Corsetti, and I'll speak a bit more about him in a moment. Also, look at the colour scheme of this note. Now, Plato talks about a special red brick or red-coloured stone that is used in by the Atlanteans to build many of their structures. And interestingly enough, this red brick can still be found in Mauritania today and is still used by the indigenous people of Mauritania. And it just so happens that the colour of the banknote is also this same red brick. That could be a coincidence, I really don't know, but it's fascinating nonetheless. And I have seen other videos where people have gone to Mauritania and they've found this red brick just scattered around, not too far away from the Richat structure, which I think is very, very compelling. Anyway, if you want to know more about this topic, you can go to this absolutely fantastic channel called Bright Insight. This guy is called Jimmy Corsetti, and he was recently on Joe Rogan's podcast. I will put links down to his channel and also links to a quick Joe Rogan clip that will give you some really good insight as to what Jimmy's about. I have followed this channel for probably about 2 years now, and I think he's absolutely compelling, and I think he's really onto something with the Richat structure. Even if he's wrong, it just has a really, really fun and interesting narrative to it. And I think that a lot of the work he's doing is really challenging the mainstream narrative around archaeology and around Atlantis. And I think a lot of people think, well, Atlantis, that's a myth, right? Well, so was the lost city of Troy, but we're pretty sure that we found that. Given the fact that the Atlantis myth is so prevalent, I think that there must be something behind it. And remember that Plato actually got this story from, I think it was an uncle twice removed or something like that called Solon, who actually got the story from the ancient Egyptians. And the ancient Egyptians were up to all kinds of things and knew all kinds of stuff that we really haven't started to even scratch the surface in terms of our understanding yet. So I would highly recommend going to this fantastic channel and checking out the video. If you want to know which video I'm talking about specifically, you can see it right there, the lost city of Atlantis hidden in plain sight. Watch that video. He does have more on this topic as well. Absolutely fantastic. So there we go. So that's everything that I've got to share with you today. I know this one is slightly off the wall, a bit random, but I thought for Christmas we'd do something different. And for me, this is a huge passion of mine, probably even more than banknotes, to be honest. I love this stuff. So, as it's Christmas, I thought, well, you know, even though you can only see me in a small square in the top of the screen, let's have a look what Santa's got in his stocking for me. So if we have a look inside, this is a little preview as to what we can look forward to in the future. So let's have a look. I've been quite busy today. So you can see we've got some wonderful sets. I'll just show you guys. We've got the new Chinese Beijing 2022 Winter Olympic notes. Pretty good. We've got a set that I cannot wait to show you. Full set of Rhodesian dollars. That is going to be an epic one. We've got a new commemorative from Mongolia. Very happy about that. A nice radar serial commemorative from Bahamas. Really nice note. New Mexican 20 commemorative. New Guatemalan commemorative. We've also got the new Zimbabwean $50, which is probably worthless by now, and we've got the new Cambodian commemorative. So Santa's been pretty busy, and obviously I've been a pretty good boy this year because I've got a lot of stuff to show you, and actually I've got even more not included in here, so I think there's going to be some really fun stuff to show you in the near future. So watch Bright Insight, have a look at the Joe Rogan clip, go and watch the Joe Rogan podcast with Jimmy Corsetti. I think you'll have an absolute blast. And if you're looking for more stuff like this, I would also recommend a guy called Graham Hancock, who is absolutely phenomenal. I'll also put a link down to some of his stuff in the description as well. So this video is all about giving shout outs to some amazing hardworking YouTubers and sort of investigative archaeologists, I guess you could call them, who are really challenging the mainstream paradigm of archaeology in really fun and exciting ways. So that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. A very Merry Christmas to you all. God bless. It's the Money Man signing out for now. Bye bye.